The biggest flex is not the cars, the clothes, the watches, the house. But the biggest flex is having more revenue going into investments and businesses cash flowing year over year, month after month. You've come across the right video because right now in 2026 is the easiest time to make money ever in history. But I'm going to be honest with you. It's not something that's going to be easy. It's something that you could do starting tomorrow. The main thing that you guys are going to need is consistency and discipline. That's the number one trait that anyone who generates income has, right? You got to be able to track your income, see how much money is going out and how much money is coming in first before you could ever think about generating more revenue. If you said 2026 was your year, if you said 2026 was your opportunity to generate as much income as possible, if you said 2026 was your opportunity to get off the hamster wheel, this is your type of video. Watch this video because I'm going to be breaking down exactly how to start generating income in 2026. It's one of the easiest times to generate income because we have social media, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, right? We have Facebook, right? And we also have platforms like LinkedIn where you can actually start a funding company and start marketing online for free by leveraging these platforms and start to be able to get clients. And business funding is a glitch in the system because you could be anywhere in the world and still be able to talk to your clients, serve your clients, and be able to help clients get access to capital, right? So the main thing with the funding company, the best thing about the funding company, is that right? You can be anywhere in the world and still be able to help your clients. So as long as you have Wi-Fi and you have access to a phone. When I first started my funding company, all I would do is post consistently online, showing my expertise. And I also became my own guinea pig. What do I mean by that? I had to see the social proof. I had to see it work for me first before I could start offering it to my clients. So the very first thing when you're starting in any industry, you want to make sure that it works. You test trial it first, whether you test trial it on you or whether you test trial it on someone for free. But you want to do it for free, essentially for a moment, just to make sure that it works and do like a trial period. So that's what I did in the funding space. I was able to get myself access to over 100K in capital. And once I realized that I was able to do it for myself, I could also help other people. So that's what I started doing. The truth is, you're going to need some type of grit and discipline when you're getting into this space. You have to show that you are someone that's essentially undeniable, right? What does undeniable look like and how you're going to get your first client is you have to consistently be someone that's posting every day, showing up for yourself every day, talking about the funding space daily, right? You have to show that you're an expert in the space or at least becoming an expert. Talk about the trials and tribulations that's happening to you as a funding broker, right? And then also enlighten people, add value to people on what other tools they would need to get access to funding. These are the exact strategies I use to generate my first six figures in the funding space. Being a funded broker is one of the easiest things you can get started with because as long as you get access to a relationship manager and you have clients, you're pretty much the person in the middle putting them together, right? I like to talk about it like a real estate agent, right? All you need is a buyer and a seller, and you get paid in the middle for making that transaction happen, right? It's the same thing within the funding space, and actually, a lot of people are just now figuring out about it. But there's still an opportunity in 2026 to get in and make yourself a lot of money. One of the most important things in how I got my first client in the funding space was essentially I did cold DMs. Now I would find influencers on social media who also spoke about business funding, And being a little dog or a small fry or a small fish in the space, what I did was I would reach out to those people who they weren't being served, right? So let's say, for example, if there was a call to action on a specific post by an influencer discussing business funding, number one, I would comment something valuable on the post so I could get more followers, and then I would also cold reach out to those people who I thought weren't being served at the highest level, and I would just basically give them value and offer my services. Now, this is exactly how I was able to get my very first client and how you guys could get your first client as well. This is exactly how I was able to generate over 6 figures in the funding space. If you guys are looking for help with this entire process, I highly recommend to book a call with me and my team, and we'll see if you're a good fit to join my funding mentorship. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.